I wanted to thank my CSJ teachers for always seeing who I really am and pushing me to become a better person. And I wanted to thank the Youth Council for teaching me how to be a leader and how to be organized, from going back and forth on ideas at 12 in the morning in our group chat about what our next fundraiser should be. So, thank you.
I'm Aja, and one thing I realized this year is that hard work never stops. And I'm really thankful for, my support system, because even with this whole college process, it's just a blessing that I've always had someone rooting for me and just really seeing the potential that I see in myself. So thank you.
Can we give the young people another round of applause? So our biggest award that we get out in the NAACP is the Thurgood Marshall Award. And I'm very excited to bring up a young man, Javon Walker, who is going to tell you a little about his story. He's another rising senior at Montfort High School, and then he will introduce Thurgood Marshall.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
On behalf of my people, I come bearing the greetings of Assalamu Alaikum. So, this evening, I was trusted with the awesome duty of introducing a profound and brilliant man, the Honorable Dr. Benjamin F. Chavis. I have to say that in my reading of him in these past few days, I saw a mirroring of him in someone who I appreciate very much, my grandfather, Wali Muslim. Wali Muslim is also a member of the NOI and a proud Muslim, but he is more than that, a dedicated activist and a devout father and grandfather. And to see someone like that in the Good Doctor, it's very comforting. When you see someone who you admire so much doing the work that you said you were going to be doing when you were older, being out in the streets and unafraid and unwavering, it more than comforts you. It's a sort of force that overwhelms you. It's a teaching force, it's a guiding force. It's a force that never fails you. So, before I can't tell you everything about him. Obviously, the man's accomplishments are beyond full recognition. So I'm just going to highlight some things. Dr. Benjamin Franklin Chavis Jr., a proud Oxford, North Carolina native, is, at most, I guess you could say, a titan amongst men. He has dedicated his life to making sure that these injustices, felt everywhere by everyone, are exterminated, are no more a threat to the growing child and the everyday man and woman. He began at a young age, at 12, becoming a lifelong member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Dr. Chavis, in 1965, while a college freshman at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte, became a statewide youth coordinator for the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In 1971, Dr. Chavis, along with 9 others, commonly known as the Wilmington 10, were wrongfully convicted of arson and conspiracy. He was sentenced to 34 years in prison and served nearly a decade behind bars. The convictions were reduced and then overturned by federal courts. But you have to understand what it means for a black man doing the right thing, standing by his people, and being put and being incarcerated. You have to understand what that means to someone. You're locked away for doing the right thing. You're in prison for understanding what your rights are and who you are as a human being. That in and of itself speaks volumes to who this man is.